JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, this is not a cult. We're the servants of God, said leader of FTB Ministries. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. A breakaway from the local Seventh-day Adventist Church denomination has established a commune in the deep bowels of St. Mary, preparing for the second coming, with little to no plans of interfacing with the government or the rest of the society. The journey to the Bell Hill Commune, where members of Following the Blueprint, FTB Ministries, are constructing houses, a clinic, school, and other facilities in preparation for the rapture, is not for the faint of heart. Its entrance is about 2 miles off the Highgate Main Road. The track to the commune proved quite bumpy, as the four-wheel drive vehicle in which our news team travelled navigated the many twists and turns, seemingly on waves of giddy heights, as we avoided the pitch-black ravines which appeared on either side. After a deadly ritual unfolded at the Montego Bay-based Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries, as the now-deceased leader, Kevin O. Smith, wore a punch on 4 grand titles, styling himself as His Excellency, reportedly sought to weed out the unclean members from his ark, the St. Mary police turned their spotlight on the group in the hills. So remote is the commune that as the Sunday Gleaner made plans to visit the area over a week ago, one person said, "It is so rural that if His Excellency's church happened in Bell Hill, not even the stink would smell." A police spokesperson also cautioned our news team against plans to enter the area, although the Sunday Gleaner was unable to get details of the police's recent visit to the commune. Following the Blueprint Ministries gained recent notoriety when a 22-year-old law student decided to quit school, break the padlock on the grill to her Cornwall Courts, Montego Bay home on September 29 and take off to join the group, which reportedly also has a base in Portmore, St. Catherine. After a missing persons report was filed, the young woman addressed the church service streamed online, saying that she had left of her own free will. Noting a change in her eating habits, mannerism, and mode of dress before her disappearance, her worried parents have expressed concern for her safety, urging her to return home. The FTB group is said to be rapture-bound, awaiting the second coming. Followers say the world is at end times, and they are in preparation mode, responding to Ellen G. White's call to leave the cities as they isolate themselves. Adventists believe that White, a co-founder of the denomination, was a prophet inspired by God in her writings, similar to the disciples. Professionals from various sectors, including medical, financial, and education, are said to be followers, but those found at the St. Mary Commune last week were carpenters, the known profession of Jesus Christ. At least one high school teacher from the parish is a settler, our news team has confirmed. Most of the houses along the way had been abandoned. Only 3 appeared habitable. One elderly Bell Hill resident said that he has lived in the community all his life and that most of the other residents had either died or have moved away. About 400 meters further along, a black undersea area was parked across the road from where zinc and lumber laid in a crude pathway to a board structure. Following the sounds of hammering, our news team found 3 men, 2 on the roof nailing zinc, while the third sat on a plastic container on the ground. Elijah Watson said he was a carpenter and was at the site doing a job. However, it didn't take long for him to begin reeling off scriptures when we asked about the commune. According to him, it was doing the work of God, and pointed the team to Matthew 24, the prophecy of the destruction of Jerusalem. He and others were so convinced to begin preparation to move themselves from the current existence. Watson said he and others were supporters of Following the Blueprint FTB Ministries. "We're children of God, and we are called to gather to the mountains and feed ourselves from the land," he said, as he and the other men attached zinc to a board structure about 100 feet long by 20 feet wide. Inquiries about the whereabouts of the leader of the commune, Andre Buchanan, sent us to Donington. As our news team headed out, a passerby told us that the commune we had been looking for was actually deep into the woods. "No, man, that is not where the people them live. You have to go back where you're coming from and pass the standpipe and go further down, pass through the mud and down in the bush. It's way up in the mountains." Returning to the belly of the forest, half an hour later, beyond the last electricity post, and about a mile beyond the site of the first structure, we came upon 2 buildings, the first of which was about 40 feet long and 20 feet wide, and outfitted with modern windows and doors and painted white. The other was clearly recently constructed, and about 15 feet squared, it was unpainted. Between both structures and under a massive mango tree was a stockpile of zinc, cement and lumber. A Toyota RAV4 blocked access to the commune. Beyond the parked vehicle, at least 13 other buildings were already established with housing for at least 4 families, including children. Despite their claims of being fed exclusively from the land and removing themselves from the world, the commune is fired by a generator and the residents ported cell phones. The first building was said to be a school and a sanatorium to house the sick, in keeping with the community's almost 75-year history of treating individuals stricken with yaws, a contagious disease caused by bacteria, which cause small scabbed lesions to develop into deep ulcers and rotted flesh. The rivers where they will be taken to be cleansed and the rotten flesh wash off. The river is still known as Nasty Nigger River because yaws was said to be a Negro disease, said a resident who did not want to be named. It is one of 2 rivers in the community. The river's crossing provided foot access to the commune as the water runs into the river Nuevo. The rivers provide water to the heavy agricultural area where Irish and sweet potatoes, bananas, yam, and a variety of vegetables were being cultivated. In Dunnington, we found Andre Buchanan, the man who oversees the Following the Blueprint Ministries in Deep Rural St. Mary, which has no running water or roads. His house was outfitted with electricity, and he also had a river in his backyard. He described himself as a lay preacher in the Adventist Church and pushed back at suggestions that the group could be a cult. This is not a cult. We are servants of God, and I am but a humble servant of God, following the teachings of Ellen G. White, who we know was inspired by God. We chose to follow them strictly, especially about country living, he said, referencing one of White's books of doctrine. Buchanan said that they were on a mission to develop this country living across Jamaica, as White noted that the cities do not provide wholesome environments for Christian families. He said that the October 17 ritual in Montego Bay, which ended with 3 persons dead, could not unfold within his ministry. I am not His Excellency, and we are not connected to him in any way, shape or form. What happened there could not happen with us, because we eat no flesh. We have no use of blood here, so there could be no sacrifices here. Our aim is that individuals who feel sufficiently convicted develop similar communities of country living across all parishes, he explained. Buchanan could not say how many members were part of the ministry, founded in 2002 by Vincent who continues to lead the group along with William Leckie. The community of saints have established their commune on leased lands, and although he was responsible for securing the lands, Buchanan could not say how many acres were leased in Belle Isle or from whom. I'm Adventist to the bone. They call me engine because I like to build. I'm a carpenter and a mechanic. But in my other life, I work as an accountant until I became convicted by the inspiration for country living, said Buchanan, a man of roughly 5'5" and of medium build who appeared to be in his mid to late 30s. Buchanan said that he had heard of the police's recent visit to the commune. I was actually at a wedding on the day the police went to the area, but I don't have a problem with them because we're not breaking any law. They were doing their job, and they did not breach our constitutional rights, so I did not have a problem with their visit, Buchanan said. I'm just a lay preacher in the Adventist Church. We are here to do God's will. We eat from the land, and we are cultivating the foods to feed our bodies. We are doing manual work in preparation for the destruction of Jerusalem, of which Jesus spoke to his disciples in Matthew 24, said Buchanan, who sported a pair of black jeans, a black long-sleeve shirt, and a pair of black socks. Councillor Doreen Hutchinson, who represents the Carronall Division in St. Mary, in which the Following the Blueprint Ministries is located, said that she has been active in the division for 30 years. I heard of the community, but there's not much I can say except that they're doing great farming down there. I only knew about them following the occurrences in St. James. I also heard of the police's visit largely, I believe, out of concerns of other residents in the division, the 3-term municipal representative said. In terms of their church and the suggestions that they're a cult, I can't say, but residents have concerns. They are way down deep into the Belle Isle community, and it's one way in and one way out. Residents have reported that many high-end vehicles go in and out, mostly at nights, she said. Hutchinson said she does not want any trouble. The group's YouTube account, which has more than 4,000 subscribers, as several videos of the followers ministering on the streets in several Jamaican towns, including Papine, Halfway Tree, Santa Cruz, Linstead, and Montego Bay. In one video, they encourage passers-by to get out of Babylon. They believe that the government is getting ready to designate Sunday as the official day of worship for them. Such an action was the mark of the beast. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.